Alright, so you're wandering through the internet. Entertainment levels are low. You both are about to die of boredom. What do you want to do?
I look for a cool new podcast.
Yeah, and I assist. Alright, give me an investigation check. Oh yeah, and roll with advantage.
Bond's Journal, page 95. So we headed into the Groodhog and rescued the gnome that was being tortured. He demanded we give him 100 sheep. The audacity! After dealing with him, we explored the basement, where we found an Utyu and a hill giant. Kinian swooped in to take him down, but then his curse activated. I almost died when he turned on me. That curse has got to go. Anyway, then we blew out the supports of the dam and cleaned house.
The stick-like guy walks up to you, Kinian, and he says, Captain! I haven't seen you for a while. I've been stuck downstairs in the ship. I'm Fatso, and I just wanted to let you know our food stores are getting awfully low.
I look him up and down. Is he actually fat?
No, he's super skinny, like a rail.
Like, gotta get that man a cheeseburger.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. And he's like, what's a cheeseburger?
They're delicious.
It's Orcish traditional.
Yes. It's kind of a fast food affair.
He says, that's pretty much it. I'm going back to the ship now. Gotta prep up the last of the potatoes.
I turn to Minat and say, we know he wasn't eating the food.
So, you guys have collected all that you probably could have from this washed out giant fortress.
I chop a head off of one of the sheep and bring the sheep back to the ship.
Oh, okay. All right.
What?
He said food stores for a while.
Oh.
Yeah.
I bring back the head.
Kyo's walking behind Kinian, like flapping the mouth of the sheep, like, hello, my name is Jimmy.
We're gonna have some sheep head soup. Tongue. Something to chew on.
And I drop the sheep in front of Fatso.
Okay. And
I start counting the ones that are left to make sure there's still the promised number.
okay. Yep.
Which there should be, and then some.
Yep. So you guys start to load up.
Is that going to be enough?
And where do you want to go? Do you want to go back to Yartar and collect the monies? Yeah? Okay. You...
Are there any trade towns on the way to
I'm
Yartar?
sure you want to collect the salami.
Yeah, he is all about salami, isn't he?
You give a heading to Lucky. He sets the ship for a northwest heading and heads towards Yartar. It's a couple days trip. You guys face some pretty nasty headwind going towards Yartar. You're holding onto the handy dandy ropes. It's not enough to blow anyone off the ship, but it's enough to, push around a hot air balloon, basically. One thing you do notice, though, over dinner one night, is that Skinny is actually the one who eats the most food, and he's just shoveling it in, like he's like chewing on like a big mouthful of food, and he's like, my mom says that I must have a hollow leg, because I apparently eat like a horse. And
What's he eating?
The sheep.
I shake my head, no.
No.
Horses don't eat sheep. They eat like a horse.
He kind of like furrows his brow at you and then like shrugs his shoulders and continues shuffling.
I would like to make a medicine check
Okay.
to see if I can determine if he has like gut worms. I make it at a 4.
Out of 4?
He definitely does.
He definitely has gut worms. You may feel compelled to help him.
Yeah. It's okay. I have some herbal remedies. I'm gonna have to collect some more juniper bark.
How long is this trip?
A couple days. 2.
2 days?
Yep.
And it was 2 days to get down there, right?
I think it was 24 hours to get down.
Okay. And we're slower progress back.
Yep, because of the headwinds.
I don't eat any food, but I'm getting wasted off the alchemy jug.
Okay. Sounds good. You guys get to Yartar, and you see, like, as you're floating in, the ship is no longer on fire, of course. They've started rebuilding, so they're tearing all the burnt stuff down. They're repairing what they can of the goblin catapult people did, and all the damage that happened there. And they're repairing that wall that got busted through. In fact, that wall's got the most people working on it.
Yeah.
You see...
Oh,
What's up?
Kyo actually would like. I'd like to help them on the wall.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly down
Oh, okay.
with my broom,
All right.
and as I approach, I will cast as a ritual Unseen Servant,
Okay.
and then I will promptly drop concentration on it to cast Animate Objects, and I'm gonna animate some hammers and stuff and start pounding things.
Okay. Are you attempting to actually help, or are you
Yes.
just like looking like you're helping?
I'm attempting to actually help.
Okay.
Although I probably will need direction.
Go ahead and make a intelligence check.
Sure thing. I'm off to like record day today. It was almost a critical. I have so it's 3 after modifier. Roll the 2.
So like the kids who or like the elves that help Santa, you are just hitting things with hammers. Not necessarily helping,
And I
but
did 10 hammers and they're pounding on things.
yes. But everybody's so busy that with what you're doing isn't causing a destruction to this wall.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of letting you be.
Okay. Well, that's my afternoon.
Yeah, you feel like you're making progress though. The rest of you float over this hole in the wall. Some of the guards on top of the wall are waving you towards the water, like they're like waving their arms to push you towards the water, basically signaling to like set down in the bay. And Lucky kind of looks over at Bon and is like, "Well, no shit, we set down in the bay. Where did we come from?" And he cranks the ship out and he does this perfect, like almost parallel parking job, and then just like lowers the ship by killing the heat. So
I start chanting on the deck of the ship.
okay, what are you chanting?
I'm beginning to ritually cast Speak with Animals,
Oh, okay.
and I'm trying to look over the river for the homing octopus.
Okay. All right. So over the 10 minutes that it takes for the ship to eventually gently drop into the water, you reach the water and you have now casted Speak with Animals. Do you call out to the water?
I jump in the water.
You jump in the water. Okay. So Kinian jumps into the water and starts to swim around, I assume. Athletics, please.
Seems reasonable.
15.
15. You're able to swim around,
Jeez.
and do you like head towards the place that that the squid was, or the octopus got thrown into?
Yeah.
Okay. you don't see him here, but this is a really deep river. You can't really see the bottom either when you like put your head under and open your eyes.
I submerge my head and I start screaming under the water.
Mr. Geppetto! Nothing seems to come.
I pop my head back up out of the water. I'm like, damn, that captain must have been right. Never get that octopus.
And you start heading back.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make a con save to keep from getting too tired.
10.
10, yes. All right. It's a pretty difficult swim. Not because of the water, but because of like the weight of the furs and all that stuff, and just the fact of how far you're swimming. You make it back to the boat, though. You guys realize you're not quite sure where Nestra's place is. You're not sure where to get paid. You guys just met in like this bombed out house.
Can I investigate? I'm trying to figure out where she is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ask around on the docks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I remember clearly where the javelin was.
Right. Okay. Where?
So I go to that house.
Okay.
The house that I stormed out of and headbutted Starabash.
Yep.
I just returned to that house.
All right. 1 second. Go ahead and do your investigation.
Oh man. I'm sorry. I'm contagious.
We are crap
okay.
rolling.
13.
13. You're asking around. You stop this kid, and you look him eye to eye. The kid says, "Hi, yes, Nestra. She's that way." He points to the other side of the river, across the big main bridge that goes through Yartar. And he says, "Everybody knows that she's up in the big house. That's where the harbor master stays. You'll want to find her there. You can't miss it. It's got this big gate and like a wall, like the stone wall that goes all the way around, and it's got like these metal gargoyles like up on these posts and stuff like that. It's super cool. Bye." And he just leaves.
Cool.
You head that way?
No.
Okay. You go the opposite way of Kinian. Who wants to go with Kinian? Who wants to go with Manette?
I'm Annette.
Hey, Nanette.
I'm going with you. Sorry, Keelan.
How long has this been?
Let's just say you almost killed me.
It's all good.
15 minutes?
Okay, well.
Oh, wait. More than that. For you, 20 minutes. Because you're away.
Right. Well, I'm out of spells as far as animating things. Because I can only do it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I take my broom and sweep up and realize that everyone else has kept going.
Okay.
So
you just head through the hole in the wall as you're walking through town. What's
I can
that?
fly now, so I'm
Oh.
gonna go up and see if I can see the ship.
Okay, yeah. You see the ship.
I head over to the ship.
Okay. Nobody's at the ship. Except for the ship's crew.
Yeah. Well, that's okay, because I'm gonna ask my trusty dog.
Supper?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
gonna ask Supper. First, I'm gonna cast, tongues so I can understand them.
Okay.
And I say, Supper, where'd they go?
He like points like a pointer hound and like points his snout in the way that Kinian went.
Okay. And I say, good boy, and I ruffle his and give him a lick, and he licks me back. And then I head out towards the way Kinian went.
Okay. Kinian, you find in this place that everything inside this house has been completely removed. Everything that, even the table and the chairs, the wall decorations, everything has been completely removed. And just because you have like a nomadic background, you notice that like the things on the walls didn't leave any stain from like the smoke inside, so they definitely couldn't have been there that long. Almost like they put together like a base of operations for like the time being, like a critical center to make decisions right next to the problem area, basically. And in walks Kyo after you've done your initial investigation.
What's the closest thing for me to smash besides Q?
Well, there's walls. They got like kind of like plaster walls.
Is the house already trashed?
Yeah. I mean, it's cleaned, but I mean, it's not pristine by any measure.
I throw the table.
There is no table. This is
You
empty.
remove the
This
table,
sucker's
too?
empty. Yeah.
Oh,
Now you really want to flip a table.
I get a table and then I throw it.
And build a table.
Go next door, grab a table.
Bring it in. Just
I just pull out my 2 hand axes
Yeah.
and I throw them at opposite walls, like screaming.
Yeah, so like you're like ah, and you throw them to the wall to the right of the door and one to the left of the door, and Kyo is standing there like
And I turn around and leave.
and shaking.
I'm back on my broom, circling town.
You hear me scream, "We were gonna get paid!"
And since I'm at some distance, I hear betrayed.
Yeah.
I redouble my efforts. I tell Hootie to help me find. I pull Hootie out of the pocket dimension and tell Hootie to help me find Shnuviel because we need her help. Kian's gone crazy again.
You can actually see from where you're circling.
Yeah.
You can see the other group of your friends walking the docks towards a main road that you're getting close to potentially losing them in the crowd. The docks are fairly sparse right now. Not everybody's here.
I'll have to go straight for him.
You're gonna go straight for them.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just like
Yeah.
show up on your broom.
Mm-hmm.
Something cool like, "Hey guys."
No, there's no time for being
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
This is an emergency. I'm panting out of breath because I've been trying to push the air, just get there faster, And I say, Kenny needs your help.
oh,
He's
what for?
cursed. He yelled betrayed.
Did he attack you?
He attacked everything near me.
Okay. Where is he?
You can show them.
Would I have been able to keep my sense of direction in my family?
Yeah.
Then I point the way he is.
Okay. And you show them back.
I lead from behind.
Okay. It takes you guys a little bit of time, but you find it. It's the same place that you guys met Nestra, and you see in this room nothing but a barbarian. What are you doing when they show up? You just kind of sitting.
I'm basically redecorating the walls.
Nice. Getting that creative eye going.
Yep.
Nice.
I point and say,
like call out
axes.
your name, like, "Hey, Kenyan,
Yeah.
you okay?"
We were gonna get paid.
We're
There's
gonna,
nothing here.
We're gonna go actually find her.
This is where we talked. This is where we had the quest.
Uh-huh. Does this look like a proper office for somebody who's that rich, though?
And it's like in shambles. Like the shutters on the outside are like crooked and like it looks like it went through a battle before the battle.
That looks fine to me.
Yeah,
Did you
Nice.
looks
you-
nice to me too.
did you rough this place up?
Maybe.
And what's that supposed to accomplish?
Oh, I feel better.
Okay then.
I put my hand axes back.
Win,
My belt.
win.
I watch his hands carefully to see if he lets go of them.
Well, now that you've calmed down, we can all go get paid.
you see this mansion. It's at least 3 stories tall. It's all brick, and think like Gothic architecture. Lots of arches and stuff like that. There is like a wrought iron fence on top of a brick short wall, and that is like going all around this building. Big windows, very big windows. It's on kind of like this incline so that it can kind of rise above the city and just kind of look over it. On the east end, it's already a little higher than the west end. Yeah, the gate is shut and it seems to be locked.
Reminds me of home.
I knock on the gate.
And you hear from this small wooden box next to you. It's like, who is it?
It's me.
It's the Order of the Obsidian Flame.
1 second.
1,000.
It takes probably about a good 2 minutes, and then you hear like this buzzer that, and the gate like it starts to open up a little bit, and the voice comes back and is like, "The harbor master, I see you now." The door up on this building just kind of opens up as well.
Shall we? Okay.
I'm way too sober for this place.
Staravash hands you like his small like flask that he takes out of his boot.
I drink it all, and I give it back to him.
It's
and,
monk's wine.
And I give him a big hug.
You give him a big hug? Okay. And he hugged you back a little too long.
Awkward.
Yeah, almost like the guy needs a hug, like super bad, so you don't want to let go. And
Well, he wants to let go.
yeah. So, anyways, you guys make it back, or you guys go up to this mansion. Just inside the door is this finely dressed halfling who like clicks her heels together and like bows deeply, almost to the point where her nose touches the floor, and she says, "Come with me, and I will take you to the harbor master." She just kind of waves to you, "Come," and she leads you down to this like, I don't know, study. It's got a lot of books on the inside wall, and there's a chair not facing you, but pointing towards a back wall. With the most amount of books. And when she enters, she says, "The Order of the Obsidian Flame!" And you hear this voice on the other side of the room say, "What have I said about shouting in my study?" "I'm sorry, ma'am. Well, the order's here. I'm gonna go now." And
I press to digitize a ba and then make an obsidian flame.
I give you inspiration. I enjoy it. So she does the slow turn in her chair, and she's got this tiny like toy-sized chest that she's got in her hands, and she puts it out on the desk. And she says, "So, how did you fare?"
Grootholg is no more.
"Oh, you destroyed the whole place, and you ran off the hill giants?"
Yep.
Well,
Impressive.
Did any survive? I don't think they were running, were they?
I think they were drowning last I saw them.
Even more impressive. Your reputation precedes you. This is very impressive.
That's why you hired us in the first place.
We did manage to
Our reputation is well earned.
We did manage
That
to liberate
is-
some of the orcs and goblins that they had enslaved.
Oh, interesting. All right. Well, I guess payment is due. And she taps the toy chest on this leather-topped section of the desk. From the desk comes this like like almost like she lifts the toy chest, and it's kind of like a magnet, right? And it's pulling this bigger chest out from a pocket dimension, and then she lets go, and it just like kind of opens up, and coins like go spilling everywhere, and she goes, I believe your payment is well earned then. She says, feel free to count it. Let me know if you have any questions. She also says, I believe I owe you something a little bigger than this chest too. 1 second. And she walks over to her wall, and she just, like the Fonz, just boom, and a hidden door like swings open, and she grabs out this jagged looking spear, and she says, now this is a great and powerful weapon. They call it the lightning spear. It's yours. You can have it.
You can have it.
I can has a cheeseburger too.
Anderson got hungry for a burger.
We don't
I can't have
serve
burger.
orc cuisine here. But I mean, if you want, I can get Broomhilda to make you something.
I should teach them about kobold cuisine, about hot dogs. 100% dog. 50% meat.
I walk up and just yoink
Oh
it.
boy.
You don't have to pull so hard. All right. Well, I'd prefer if you left the chest. As you can see, it's a powerful artifact, and that is mine. But the contents of the chest is yours.
You can see me on the other side of the room, like.
Not in here, orc.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Outside, please.
How do I make the magic?
I'll teach you later.
Okay.
Make the magic.
So what's in the chest then?
Yep. All right.
No, we're experts in magic.
Teach me magic.
I just roll my eyes.
So, in the bottom of this chest, a bag of tricks stuffed in a corner.
What color?
Tan.
Wow.
That's the good one.
That's the good one. And then you roll a d8 to see what the creature is.
When you pull them out, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Pull them out.
Yep. Tan.
Slow it down.
Take it you
Bag
want
of
that.
tricks.
Came in handy last campaign.
I mean, it did come in handy. I will carry it around if nobody else will.
Kyo subtly reaches for it at an 11.
Am I nearby, Kyo?
yeah.
I whack his hand with my staff.
I walk up to the bag
Mm-hmm.
and I say, "What's this?" and shake it.
The bag of tricks.
Yeah.
You see puffballs like shake out, and then like they fall back into the bag, like they're just like going up into the air and they fall back in. And Nestra says, "Why that, my friend, is a bag of tricks. It is said that one who reaches in and throws out one of those puffballs will get an animal. I have not used it myself, but
I wonder if they have
I hear it.
rabbits.
quite handy."
Are you still holding it?
Are you reaching into it?
Not if you're holding it.
It's not an attunement one, is it? I don't think so. No, that's why I grabbed it for the one that we did.
Go.
I drop the bag and I pull out my spear, and you can hear me making like lightning noises on the other side of the room. Thunder noises.
Yeah. She says, Nestor says, is there anything you would like to know before you leave? Just kind of a very subtle leading question from her.
I go, yeah, are any of those books magic books?
About magic?
Is there anything you are wanting to share with us?
No, not that I know of. I'm not quite sure what...
I start climbing the bookshelves.
Stop, please don't. No. What book are you looking for? I'll grab it for you.
The magic ones?
We don't have magic ones. We have some about magic. I'm not a wizard myself.
And the ones about magic?
Okay. And she claps twice, and the halfling comes back into the room, and she says, "Hi, what can I do?"
I hear you have books about magic.
Oh, yes, we have many books about magic. She says, "Come with me, I'll show you the magic section of this house." And she starts to walk out.
Oh, dude.
And you clap your hands twice, and she stops and turns back. She says, "Yes."
I scurry up next to her, grab her by the arm, and
And she's like, "Oh, great!" And she starts skipping too.
I ask her, do you know anything about any new information about giants and such?
Let me think. No, I've heard tale from some friends from the north that frost giants have been bothersome. We're talking as far as 10 towns, but other than that, not really. We've been so quagmired by these hill giants that I haven't been able to gather much information outside of the hill giants. My sole focus has been to figure out what's going on there.
Well, have you made any headway on that?
I mean, you guys took them down.
Just as to anything you might have found out on your end.
Oh. Well, from my conclusions, Groodhog was the main nest. There's definitely another clan that is just south of Groodhog, but they're not bothersome. We stay out of their territory, they stay out of our territory. And when I say that, I mean trade routes and stuff like that.
So they're not causing problems, okay?
No. Yeah, no, other than that, it's just been kind of normal.
Normal indeed.
Are there any seats big enough for a half-orc?
Uh-huh.
I just crash into one of the seats and sit down and, a little bit out of breath, haha, what do you know about the Vistani?
She says, Vistani. Yes, well, they're a traveling folk. They come and go. They really don't stay too long in one place. Many people in this town enjoy them, but there are a select few that think that the Vistani bring bad luck.
They're dicks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I quite enjoy their presence. They have, they do all sorts of different shows. They bring fantastic traveling bazaars. In fact, we have some Vistani that are set to show up in about 10 days or so if you wanted to stick around.
What?
Yeah.
I pull out my axe and slam the pommel on the ground.
Please be careful. These are oak.
They cursed my axe.
Oh, interesting. Well, I'm not sure about all of that. But Esmeralda and her traveling bazaar will be here in about 10 days if you want to maybe take it up with them. You must do it peacefully. I will not have war in my town.
Fine.
But outside of that, I really enjoy the Vistani. I do know, though, that if you are going to spend any amount of time with them, you need to keep a good eye on your pocket purse. Some of them have very sticky fingers. And they can be very persuading for you to give up coin for things that are but trinkets. So, keen mind, keen eyes, and you'll be fine. Now, there anything else I can do for you all?
Have you heard of any dragon scale mail armor in the city? I'm looking to acquire some.
I don't know that there is such a thing here, but I know who would know. You should talk to your friend Palami.
And where
She
can we
should
find
know.
her?
Manette's cheeks kind of flush a little bit.
And where would we find Palami?
You don't. She just kind of finds you.
How do we let her know that we're wanting to be found?
Start asking about her around with some of the street urchin children.
Okay.
She'll know. She'll know.
You hear me quietly go, "My party."
And she says, "So, is that it?
I think so.
Okay. I would love to keep you all here longer, but I'm not going to. So please leave." And she claps 3 times, and you hear like a "Pka," and you hear her voice. She's just talking out loud, but you hear her voice like start to echo through the house, and she says, "Broomhilda, please bring Keo here. His friends are leaving."
Meanwhile, the table that I'm at has as many
Yes.
of the magic books out, or books about magic out as possible, and they're all opened up, and I'm comparing pages to pages in my spell book that I can't really read all that well. And I'm seeing if anything gives me any clues, and I doubt it does.
Give me a
Arcane.
yes, Arcana.
Arcana. All right.
You sure you want to use that die?
Yeah. 20.
Not bad.
Nice. You actually are able to find a little bit of information about your book. You think from what you're finding in here, your book is not full of spells. Not necessarily.
Okay.
Your book is
Because I already know it's of Fey origin, glows in the moonlight.
it's
It has some spells in it.
yeah, but it isn't like a wizard's tome where it's just all spells.
It's written in Sylvan, which I can read.
Okay. And
that just makes no sense.
yeah, some of those like blurby parts that really don't make sense. They are you're finding like a cross reference, and you're finding like some very cryptic text about the giants of Astoria,
Okay.
and you're not quite sure how it fits in with everything else because this text is like in the middle of the blurby text, if that makes sense. Like you're not getting a portion of the start, you're getting a portion of the middle.
Yeah. And I always, even though it's in Sylvan, the way I always picture it, it's got like diagrams with like ley lines in that because of the Fey influence. But
Yeah. So you think that it might have some information in it, but you can't tell context what's going on outside of the Astorian history. So
because it's kind of like reading Old English when you speak English.
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So the intercom comes on,
Yeah.
and Broomhilda, she's like, "Oh, Keo, we gotta go." And she like closes up all the books, and then she like clicks both her fingers, and this is something you haven't seen of her before, or yet. And she clicks both of her fingers, and the books right end up, and they just fly to their proper spots.
And trying to look cool, I snap, but not quite right.
Yeah.
And then use Mage Hand to like close it and put it in my pack.
Okay.
'Cause I always want to impress.
She looks at you and she's like, very nice. Well, you gotta go. And,
I shake her hand vigorously and say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
all right.
I find the nearest street urchin.
Start asking around.
So I come up to Kenyon and I'm just like, hey, I'm assuming you're gonna want to be in town when the Vistani come in 10 days.
Can't kill them though.
I wanted to underline that we did promise that there's not going to be any violence. So if for some reason things don't go well, we can always follow them out of town. But
Kill them then.
and
After they removed whatever curse, if possible.
Staravash is like, hell yeah!
so just no violence when they come in town.
I know
That's
what
all I'm
Kevin's
saying.
thinking right now. I'll wash that curse away with their blood.
He's just like rubbing on the axe, like, go away, curse, go away.
At the escalation of this, I pipe him and say, I'm sure they didn't mean it. It's not necessary to kill them over this, is it?
Well, we're gonna talk to them first, anyways.
I mean, they're not all super bad people, are they?
Not all Vistani. Hashtag.
I mean, are these the exact ones that cursed your weapon?
I would like to make a
Well, we don't know which ones
just
are
be a
coming.
nature check to determine how long Vistani live.
Okay. Okay, or medicine.
What race are these again?
Vistani, which is like
a
human,
specific-
Medicine.
they're humans. They're a subclass of human.
And an 11.
11. You believe that Vistani live about 70 years at most.
Well, these could be the ancestors.
And why did they even curse your
He said what he meant.
axe?
I've heard it both ways.
Oh.
A pineapple cart just drives right by you. Like, pineapples here, pineapples!
I appreciate that reference.
I'm going to buy a pineapple.
Alright. A copper piece for you,
I
sir.
apparently don't get that.
Psych.
Psych.
It's like,
Oh, yeah. That's why I don't get it.
So why did they even curse your axe in the first place?
Someday.
I pull out one of the pieces of silverware.
There might have been a
Put that down and take
misunderstanding. You know,
Pineapple.
they were going through my tribe's neighborhood, through my tribe's land, and we might have been robbing them.
Might have.
So
Okay.
you were in the wrong, and they cursed your
Their
weapon.
property was on their land.
They were trespassing.
I continue on trying to persuade you that they don't need to die.
There was a lot going on for both sides.
Take a big bite out of
Appreciated
the
that
pineapple.
reference, by the way.
Can I roll to persuade?
I'm not peeling it or anything.
Try.
And it doesn't taste like pineapple apples.
19 to persuade.
That's pretty persuasive.
yeah. Wisdom.
Maybe you're now at a point where you're
A
willing
wisdom
to
save?
talk with
Oh
them.
god. I need a broken die. Well, maybe they don't all have to die.
Okay.
So would you...
Progress.
Again, we're going to talk with them in a peaceful manner while they're in the city, and we will see what happens from there.
So, flash forward to a campfire, and you are all sitting around, and Kinian is very serious when he tells this tale.
No,
It weighs heavy on his heart, and you get this feeling that he has like this sense of dishonor that comes from it, and he explains to you. He says, 300 years ago, 7 generations, my clan, the Clefbanes, were once part of a great nation called the Ice Clefs. My ancestor, Kinian the First.
so is Kinian the seventh?
Yes, I think because it's not a 0 base, so yes. He says,
Junior.
Kinian the First was a ruthless leader, one that raided many farms, raided many traders. Our clans were said to be kept full by the efforts that Kinian the First had made. But one day, rage overtook him, this awful, awful rage, and ended up killing a few friend orcs, part of the nation. These orcs were very vocal about the death that had just happened to a large caravan of Vistani that were killed in cold blood and had nothing to show other than simple trinkets. Kinian went into a blood rage, very similar to the one that you all have described to me, and killed these kin orc. And it created this rift in my nation. We became the Ice Shields and the Clefbanes. And it divided the nations. The clans warred for a very long time until both sides knew nothing but the war. Our mindset shifted over the years, it is said. We feel great sorrow for the efforts that Kinian the First had made. That's kind of why I set out on my course, is to find a way to make amends for this. But I get kind of caught up in things and started pirating for a while.
Then my axe was stolen.
So are we gonna just wait for 10 days from now? Or are we wanting to do something between now and then?
It's a good question.
Well, I mean, I have things to do.
Monetta would love to get caught up on some
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah.
I can help.
He's got
We
a
going to
backlog.
do something between
I
then, or
totally
we're
found
gonna...
an urchin on the way back to
Yeah.
this campfire.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just like, hey, tell Palami Minette wants to see you.
And the urchin plays dumb. It's just like, Wami who?
Eldritch Toll.
Walk away.
No, see, that's just when you hand them a piece of silver or copper or something. You don't know how to do urchins. That's what
I don't.
I got business in town for the next couple days.
But you're convinced not to kill anyone.
For now.
Okay.
Well, he's not gonna do anything in the city.
So, what do you all want to do for your 10 day?
Well, there's a wall to rebuild.
You want to help with the wall?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna help with the wall, and I'm also gonna go to a blacksmith
Okay.
and think a giant grappling hook that looks like an anchor of sorts.
Okay.
I want a 4-foot, basically almost like a pickaxe type of thing, with a ring at the bottom
Uh-huh.
with a chain attached. So kind of like a boat anchor, but
For a weapon?
sort of as a weapon, yeah.
Okay.
Using it in essence as a grappling hook.
Okay.
I'm finally rich enough. I want to make a rocking chest.
A what?
So like a chest with little rockers on the bottom so it can rock back and forth. And I'm going to put some money in it. That'll be my bed.
With like
Oh my gosh.
away in a manger.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Can I have the bag of tricks?
Sure.
Cool. I go out into the woods to practice rangery things.
All right. Staravash asks you, Bon, for another 500 gold.
What purpose is this 500 gold? I say as I reach in to grab it.
To find more crew, temporary help. It's for temporary help.
Conversational partners.
Yes. Conversational partners.
Don't you have your own gold?
What?
Don't you have your own gold?
Nope.
I'll give you.
Fresh out.
I'll give you gold to start recruiting for the cause. I'll not give you gold for whores.
For someone that's so big on doing the right thing, you seem to have a very interesting opinion of people who work in the sex trade for a living.
Juniper is not a whore.
Very judgmental. Very judgmental. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not judging whores. I'm judging Starvash's use of coinage.
Of company funds.
Company
company
funds.
funds.
You know,
I already have a couple horses.
those people need to eat.
Juniper is having a hard time right now, and she needs a little money to get to magic school. Okay?
Juniper, that reminds me.
I give him the gold.
Keo wants to go meet Juniper because he needs to get some bark
Okay.
to help solve Skinny's problem.
Oh my gosh.
Do you follow Staravash?
Sure.
Okay.
Some things can't be unseen.
So, you follow Staravash out to the city.
That's not how eggs are laid.
They're fertilized though.
So, let me ask you this first. Are you trying to be sneaky? Or are you just like walking next to him like... Bah, 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 bah.
Like what?
Bah, 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 bah.
I'm just walking next to him, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
I am keeping an eye out for signs of kobolds in the city because I think they could help with the wall.
Perception check, please.
12.
You see on... It's low. For a human, it's just below knee height. For you, it's right near eye height.
Alright.
And it's scratching of like a kobold's version of Thieves' Cant.
Okay, so it's like a draconic scratching that
Yeah.
I can't quite make out what it means.
No, you understand it because
Oh.
you're a kobold and you've been in kobold towns or
Okay.
towns with
Alright,
kobolds.
well,
It's underground, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. It has a scratching, and the scratching means safe house.
Yeah.
And when you look up, it says Madame Juniper's House of Wonder.
So that's what they're calling them nowadays.
So I take it he blows my gold.
Saravash looks to you, Keo, and he says, "Now, Keo, this is only between you and me. I'm a little embarrassed to tell Master Ban that I actually have been doing a little bit of research. Madame Juniper is one of the leading magical artifact finders in Yardhar. And I've been trying to figure out what the business was with the axe that Harshnag holds. I think it's a very interesting design, and I kind of want one for myself. But information comes with a price.
I tell him that he needs to be careful about axes. We've all seen what axes can do to a person. It's okay, I'm here for him.
He's like, I just feel drawn to axes. I don't know, I just want to use an axe. So he says, so come with me. Madame Juniper is not what you expect. Just keep an open mind, please. And then we'll go look for people for the ship if that's what you want to do. So he opens the door, and when he opens the door, there's like that shop bell that chimes, and you hear this like raspy voice come from the back, and it's got kind of like a slur to it, and it says, "I'll be right there." There's a desk in front of you,
Okay.
or a counter, and it sits above you. It's a normal height
That's
counter.
okay. I hover on my broom.
Okay, and you see there's this back room with like this bead curtain, and it's a very flush bead curtain. You can't see behind it.
I start counting the beads, though.
Okay. You get about halfway through one of the strands, and this very short, gray-colored kobold walks through the door.
79, 70, 10.
And she says, "Hello, what can I do for you?"
It's been a while since I've seen another kobold.
And Stairvash says, "Please, Madame Juniper, please don't mind my friend here, Kyo. It's been a long time since he's been with his people. I am searching for more information about the axe that the one Harshnag may carry." And she says, "Now, listen, boy. I can't give you much more information than what I've given you. I simply don't have the knowledge." And he says, "But I have more gold. I have more gold. Please, please." And she just shakes her head. She lights more incense. She starts like walking around the counter and lighting incense. You don't quite understand why, because this place smells already deeply of incense. And so she says, "Now, Kyo, now you look of the magic sort." And Staravash just like hangs his head like he's not getting anywhere with this lady. She says, "Now, I wonder, do you search for something?"
Well, a couple things. I pull out a list that I've made of ingredients that I need for making a... She would recognize, that's it's a home remedy for gutworm.
Oh, okay.
And
You're searching for a remedy for gutworm. Can I help? Clippy.
yeah, there's that. And then I also I pull out my is the moon out tonight?
It's morning of the next day, but
no,
you know that it'll be
I
a
thought we were
full
going
moon
at
soon.
night. Sorry.
Oh, no.
I was just picturing it wrong. So I also pull out my book.
Okay.
Because I'm always searching for stuff for that.
Okay.
And I tell her it was my mother's, which should get a bit of a reaction.
Yeah. She says, "You knew your mother."
I shake my head and the chest puffs out a little bit. I'm proud of that.
Very curious. Do you know your father?
Let's not talk about him.
But you know who he is?
Yeah.
Interesting. That is very curious.
We're not on the best of terms right now.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. She says, "Do you mind if I borrow this book?
Yes.
May I at least look at it?"
Yes, you can look at it. That's fine. I just don't want it. It's one of those things that if I lose it, I can't get it back. As for my father, we'll just say that we don't see eye to eye. On certain issues.
She takes a long time to read through your book. She keeps you there for a couple hours.
Oh, that's fine.
And Staravash is just kind of twiddling his thumbs and kind of browsing here and there.
And while she's reading it, not saying anything to me, I'm going to pepper her with questions about the kobolds in the area. And,
Okay.
explain to her that I want to, get them together and maybe we can work at night while people work at day to rebuild this fine city.
She gives you the contact information for basically to set up a network to do that.
Takes a clan.
She explains that she's the clan mother
Oh,
and that this location is a safe place for local kobolds. She gets you the stuff that you need for the gutworm,
yeah.
and after the couple hours of poring over your book,
Also working on making the remedy up too.
she is flipping very fast, faster than you would think anybody capable of reading. She must be just looking at the pictures.
I tell her it's okay. Sylvan's a hard language.
And she says, yes, it's very difficult. Here you go. And she says, now, is there anything else I can do for you? Any potions, perhaps? That is what I'm famous for.
Well, I'm a little more of a scroll guy myself, but what you got?
And she opens up her potion cabinet. You see two potions of that are labeled Greater Invisibility, and then you see
I know how to do that one.
you see a potion that is labeled Poison, and then you see another one labeled for Greater Healing.
Poison. What's a fish potion doing here? French joke of the day. Although I mangled the pronunciation. I'm
Poisson.
sure. It's spelled like poison.
It's cute though. Yes.
A mistake that Keo would make. So, would you like any of this?
Yeah, actually, I would.
What would you like?
I'd take the greater invisibilities and the greater healing.
She gives it to you.
Gives it.
Whole cost. Just no cost. She says, what you have given me today with this book is more valuable than what I could have given you with those 3 potions. But the 4th is a little too much, and she shuts the cabinet.
I tell her I appreciate that, but I feel I must do one thing, make one form of payment for it, and
Pay me for the juniper stuff.
that's fine, that's a separate thing. I take some of her paper, I'm sure she has some around here,
Yeah.
and I begin writing out an official
Emerald Enclave thing?
Enclave decree.
Okay.
And basically it lines out that these kobolds are friends of the town, and that if they need help from the Enclave, that they can send this in, and it also
with $50 and
no,
And a stamp for return mail.
yeah.
no, and then also it promises the services of the Deepfoot clan,
Okay.
and that one also has my personal stamp with it.
Very nice.
Which
All right.
the Deepfoot clan would know. And I explain, and then I give it to her and I tell her what we're trying to do for the lands of the north.
So,
Ask her what the total is for the other stuff.
for the other stuff, 1 gold piece.
1 gold piece. I gladly give it to her.
So, is there anything else you guys want to do over the next 9 days? Otherwise, we're going to fast forward.
Well,
I'm just gonna stock
Does
up on rations.
Palami show up to talk to Minette?
That's right, yes. She does on
Sweet.
the 5th day. She leaves you waiting. And
Playing hard.
she's playing the mind games. She says, so, what can I do for you?
I'm looking for some very rare magical armor. Specifically, dragon scale mail.
Are we talking on the legit? Or do you just need something old Palami can get for you?
Both.
I'm used to working in the legit realm,
Okay.
and I'm looking to trade for them, not purchase. But I need to find somebody who has it first.
So, you are just in luck. I know of someone. They are in Waterdeep. Their name is Jack Steinhammer.
Sounds like a good gnomish name.
He may be an alcoholic, but whatever,
I'm
he
used to
makes
dealing with-
fantastic armors.
I'm used to dealing with alcoholics. I think I can handle it.
Oh.
Why are you looking at me?
No idea, Kenyan.
She says, now, he does have very high prices, so you're gonna want to bargain with him or even cast some charm on him. That's what I like to do when I get my super sweet stuff, so yeah.
Okay. She tells me how to find this guy.
Yep.
What was his name again?
Jack Steinhammer.
Boom, shakalaka.
Not supposed to help the DM. It's funnier when he doesn't remember either.
I just kind of black out and bullshit for 4 hours. I don't remember half the shit.
Good thing we recorded.
Who are you people? I don't remember any of you.
He looks down for a really long time. Except, when'd you guys get here?
Before Palami leaves,
Yes.
Minette's gonna try and suggest they spend the day together.
And I haven't said
Learning the
anything,
art.
by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Persuasion.
After that, he's going to suggest they spend the night together.
hey, shut up.
She's a nice lady.
15?
15. She says,
If you're not busy.
she says, yeah, I can, you know, we could get lunch or something. Is that what you're thinking?
Sure.
I know the good place. And she writes down on a piece of paper where to meet her the next day. When you show up, it is like this hole in the wall. Like it's like it's like down an alley where and it's super dark. Like it kind of feels like what the fuck is happening. Like, but you get there and this person like is just starting to open up shop, and it's just after noon, and they're like opening this like garage door. Inside is like a cluster of just pots and pans, and they're just stacked way high, but they're clean. They're just, there's nowhere to put anything in this place. And he starts like getting ready and prepping, and you feel a tap on your shoulder. And when you look, nobody's there. and when you look back, she's standing right in front of you, and she's like, "Hey, I didn't think you were gonna make it. This is fantastic. So this is Joe's, and it's a fantastic place. I suggest the squid."
Alright, let's not RP the
Yeah.
old date,
Yeah.
but yeah.
And
we'll
yeah,
have a nice time.
I gotcha. So, anyways, long story short,
Oh, we don't get to hear
Joe's-
Minette's awkward talk?
Nope.
Joe's.
Don't really want to RP with Alan a date.
Aw, come on, son.
I love
Push
Alan.
them boundaries.
Bro.
Check out DMs.
But anyways, Joe's is a fantastic place. There's pots and stuff like that. And when he starts cooking, he just pulls pots out from the center, and then the pots like drop like just perfectly. It's a really fun thing, and you guys have a great time. I need you to roll a charisma check, please.
Yeah, we gotta see if you get to Dagger Base.
No, but I do need to know
Gotta
if you leave a
daggers, man.
decent impression on her.
All right,
He's got to know what she's going to tell her friends later on.
it's a straight roll. No mod.
Yo, mod.
Oh
Advantage!
Inspiration.
no! 11.
Way better than what, 3?
Much better than a 3.
I've had worse states.
Not many.
I'm sure you have.
With it being a lunch date, she says that she's got other things she needs to do, but you feel as if the date went decent, and you both seem to have enjoyed your time, and you didn't run out of things to talk about. So that's a good thing. So, day 10.
So, one of the nights,
Uh-huh.
when Kinian's drinking the ale, I empty out my water skin. I get him to fill it up, then I put the treatment for fatso in there.
Okay.
And then I, knowing how sailors are, I attempt to swap out my water skin for his water skin, grog for grog.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. 20.
Nice. He does not see it.
I do it while he's sleeping.
Yes. Do you stick around, or you just basically give it to him and walk away?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, this is the best tasting water I've had in a long time.
The next day, you make your way down to the kitchen for breakfast, and you see Fatso has these massive puffy eyes, like he just had like a really bad allergic reaction, and he goes. He looks at you, and like there's this yellow ooze that's coming out of the eyes, and he's like, "Kyo, is that you?"
The gutworms were worse than I thought.
Oh my god.
He says, "Oh, Kyo, I can hardly see. Oh, I must have. I don't know how it happened, but I must have had some juniper. Oh, I'm very allergic to juniper."
Like, there, buddy. Sleight of hand advantage. Swap
Sure.
back.
What are you trying to do?
Swap back the water skin.
Yeah, advantage. You care about that water skin.
19.
19, yeah, he doesn't
I'm
seem to
trying
notice.
to get the evidence.
Alright. He says,
I ask him if he's feeling as hungry lately, though.
he says, no, but all I've really wanted to do is sleep. I need to peel these potatoes.
I offer actually to just do his duties for the day. It's alright.
Why, thank
if
you,
he's
kid.
feeling bad.
And he
I get ready to cook for everybody.
New adventure. Kyo's cooking.
Salted Bill is already gone, right?
Yeah.
Just checking.
I fed that to the last of that to that giant.
Yeah.
And he goes off. Your meal?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I peel the potatoes. I throw out the centers.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how bad your meal is.
Throughout the second.
Well, all of the vitamins are in the skin, actually.
Can I make
so-
a cooking check? What would that be? Let's see. Survival.
Yeah. I'm gonna say survival
Roll
because
my
that's
weighted to one die.
Are we going to survive
I
it?
think the party is gonna have to roll survival.
12 after modifier.
12.
So we're not going to get poisoned.
It ain't great.
Yeah.
It ain't good either. Or it ain't bad, but it ain't good. It's leaning towards the bad side, but people look generally satisfied.
We're not trying to like hide it in our napkins and.
No, you are. You
Oh,
are.
oh.
But only
Oh.
because Kyo looks so proud about this dinner. So in Kyo's mind, it looks like 5-star like food where it's like all different colors and it's very intricately
It
designed.
looks like the food from Hook with Robin Williams. Dinner looks like that.
Yeah, with all the colors, the ice creams and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then like,
The color
but flash to
potatoes.
your guys' point of view, and it's like slop. It's like
Well, no.
it's like pig slop.
I think we're both seeing the same thing. It's the
Right,
like
right.
the mashed, bright blue and yellow and orange mashed potatoes. You know?
I'm basically like reaching over onto other people's plates and eating their food, just like Ma used to make.
I don't know what spice turns food blue, but
It did it though. Might have been juniper.
I'm not there.
I think this is the best meal I've had on the ship. Period.
I'm still in the woods.
that was just the one last.
Day
We
10.
should add something else now.
I return from the woods.
You returned from
Riding a black bear.
what?
Yeah, you heard me.
What's its name?
Black bear.
Smoky.
Yogi?
Things that last one day do not get named.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a familiar or something.
I found a furry tractor.
I say to everybody, I'm like, I learned how to hunt. This bear taught me how to hunt.
There's no signs of beaks on this bear, right?
No.
Oh, how bear. I know to hunt.
Coughs up a couple of feathers and
To hunt, you must chase down your prey, pounce on it, and claw at it with your hands.
Okay then.
I nod along. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I raise an eyebrow and like, I could have taught you how to hunt.
This bear also taught me how to run fast.
Oh.
Nice.
Really fast, like 10 feet plus fast.
You hear this horn go off towards the wall, actually, where the hole in the wall is. You look out, and there's a bunch of town guard running down the docks from their stations around the dock towards the hole in the wall.
I mount my broom, tuck the glass staff under my arm, and charge.
Hey everybody, it's Alan, your DM, and I wanted to say thank you from the cast and crew for listening to Roll with Advantage. We really appreciate it. If you feel like you want to support the podcast or even want to get on the podcast in all sorts of different ways, go ahead and check us out at Patreon, patreon.com/Roll with Advantage. We've got all sorts of different support structures that have got fun little things for each of the levels. If you can't support monetarily, comments and subscriptions go a very long ways. So if you could comment in iTunes or on YouTube, that would help out the podcast so much. We also love to interact with our fans. If you use the hashtag #RollWithAdvantage on Twitter, or you can post in our subreddit, we will be happy to engage with you guys. It's a super fun way to get to know some of us, and you get to ask questions about your favorite characters, or about the world, what's going on in the background, stuff like that. We also want to say a big thank you for Incompetech.com and BattleBards for letting us use their music and sound effects. They do a fantastic job, and I highly suggest you guys go check them out. Just beautiful work from everybody there. For a full list of the pieces we use, go ahead and check out the description, and you'll find it there. So, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye!